What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we have another cool one for you. Another forgotten one for you. Another rare one for you. Earlier this week, guys, we did a video on two very rare and hard to find G.I. Joes, and it got me to thinking with that video, what other G.I. Joes that we had in our archives that have been since long forgotten or just haven't gotten a lot of really notoriety, a lot of attention. And our U.S. Army G.I. Joe Taekwondo trainer is one of those figures. Taekwondo trainer. Guys, this figure was out all of what seemed like a extremely short period of time. I don't know how well he sold. Once again, we can get into a lot of the thinking process of Hasbro on which figures deserve to be put out for retail and for how long and quantity, wise. We don't think a big production run of this figure was made. But when we'll bring him in a little bit, but when you get all of those things, when a figure is not out for very long, or the production run is very low, not a lot of publicity to that figure for that time period, what you get 20-something years later, probably, or close to 20 years, or 17 years, or 16 years later, is you get a very hard to find, very sought after, and very rare figure. This figure is C10 museum example quality. I purchased this figure from Toys R Us. I want to say this was maybe 2002. Somewhere around there, about 2002, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get you a year on that, but I believe it was 2002 from Toys R Us. And I purchased this figure because I just thought it was very unique. Very unique. And having never seen a G.I. Joe quite like this, as you can see, he has the gung-ho grip hands. He comes with a ton of equipment, accessories. The playability factor of this figure is off the charts. Absolutely gorgeous figure. He came in this big window box. I love these big window boxes. They're hard to protect though, and we've done a fantastic job here at the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum of really protecting these gigantic window box figure sets. Just a beautiful, beautiful figure. We did a video, and this is another thing we promised we would do. A lot of these figures on our playlist simply they're going unwatched because we did these videos a year ago when we first started out. This was another figure that I did a review on when we first started our channel. So it was that long ago, and it's been over a year now. So a lot of people just, our viewers and our subscribers, they really watch the newer videos. And we're closing in on 600 videos. So a lot of these figures go unnoticed or unwatched, So what we like to do, and what we promised we would do, is we would start refreshing some of these videos and updating them, if you will. And it's been easier with some of these figures because we're finding out how rare, how hard to find, how difficult it is to obtain some of these figures. And the U.S. Army Taekwondo trainer is one of those figures. He is very desirable, very sought after in the G.I. Joe collecting community for that purpose. We did some research on him, and we found that Amazon has this figure. Excuse me. Amazon has this figure on their website for sale for $159 and some change. That does not include shipping and handling. So that price on this U.S. G.I. Joe U.S. Army Taekwondo trainer could escalate into the 170s. So you're talking about probably a $170 G.I. Joe. And not only that, there was another G.I. Joe U.S. Army Taekwondo trainer figure on eBay, but when we got to the site to look him up, he had already sold. So we don't have a price for you on that particular one. We don't know how much he sold for. We don't have the information on that one, but there was one on eBay, and that auction ended. Maybe the seller didn't get the price that he was looking for, or he just took it down, or he sold. So, but in whatever case, we knew there was one on eBay, but it sold by the time we got there to check the price on it. Those were the only two that we saw on eBay and Amazon. Amazon still has, as of the recording of this video, Amazon still has the G.I. Joe Taekwondo trainer figure for you for $159. That does not include shipping and handling fees that will be added to the purchase of that figure. This figure did not cost $159 back in, I believe, 2002 when I purchased him. I think I bought this figure for $20. But it just goes to show you the longer more time that passes with some of these figures, because of their low production run and very unique styling of these figures sets. This is a very unique set. So I don't know what Hasbro was thinking that this would probably sell a lot of units. I don't know the thinking behind that. I'm glad they made it. Strategically, financially, though, I don't know. Maybe it was going to be more appealing to the younger demographic. This is not a collector's set. It looks like one because we've had it in pristine C10 museum quality for so many years, for decades. But this was not intended for collectors. This is definitely a younger demographic, targeted type set. It's got the breaking boards. I love the way they had him set up in here. The action pose. He has a scarab that fell, that holds his sword. And we can look down in there, you can see where those rubber bands came loose. So there it sits comfortably inside the box, and that's fine. We're okay with that. That happens. A M.I.B. collector, the life of an M.I.B. collector, you'll get that a lot. Beautiful head sculpt on this figure. Love the helmet. There's a G.I. Joe logo there on the helmet. It's the Army. Beautiful outfit, as you can see, factory sealed, which I just don't understand why they didn't give the sword and the scarab a more of a solid fastener, a plastic fastener, as opposed to a rubber band. Nunchucks there. Boards. Bricks. He's even got his mat. Comes with a mat that rolls out. Let's turn this figure around. Once again, that's our staging area. It's really awesome. Makes it very easy to turn these big, beautiful boxes. This set is not as heavy though. It's a little lighter. Here's a blown out shot of our U.S. Army Taekwondo trainer. Let's get you a year real quick. It's killing me. I want to see the year. 2002. Beautiful. Here's some back information, history on the U.S. Army Taekwondo trainer. Guys, what do you think of our G.I. Joe U.S. Army Taekwondo trainer? Another very rare, hard to find figure. Do you have this figure in your collection? Are you looking for him? Well, if you're looking for him, guys, we gave you some background, some information that could be helpful to you. He's being priced on Amazon right now at $159. That is not including shipping and handling, though, of that figure. So you could very well go into well over $170 if you want to purchase that figure. But being a collector, you guys are all aware that as collectors, if you don't have something in your collection and you desperately want it, then sometimes price is not so much as a obstacle. It becomes really a non-factor, especially if you're looking for something that you really have to have. And I think we've all been there before. Guys, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today here at the museum to look at another rare, hard to find, very desirable G.I. Joe, our U.S. Army Taekwondo trainer. And we just want to do a refresh video on this figure. He was one of our first videos, sets of videos that came out in that first batch of videos over a year ago. So we wanted to kind of reintroduce him to a whole new generation of subscribers to our channel that has probably never seen the video, the original video on this guy. Especially now that we're finding out that some of these figures are just so hard to find, very rare, and it just blows my mind because, like I said, I guess I'm just getting old. I've purchased about 98% of my G.I. Joes out of toy stores and department stores and things of that nature when they first were released. So to have to see these figures on Amazon and eBay for these outrageous prices, astronomical prices, blows my mind. To know that people are willing to pay nearly $200 for an action figure is mind-boggling to me. But guys, you don't have to do that. You can come visit our G.I. Joe U.S. Army Taekwondo trainer anytime you want here at the museum. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.